Heat 1 of the New South Wales Rally Championship was won by Nathan, Quinn and Ray Winwood-Smith in the Mitsubishi Lancer EVO 10. They'd won the heat by just 5 seconds over Clayton, Eoin and Erin Kelly in a Lancer EVO 6. Eoin and Kelly wouldn't make it to the first of the Heat 2 stages due to power steering failure, leaving second place outright open. But before we cover Heat 2, let's take a look at the two-wheel drive East Coast Classic Rally Series, run in conjunction with the State Championship. It's been a while since we've seen Tom Dermedy and Eoin Maynihan together in the Mark II Escort. Dermedy hasn't competed here before, so maybe at a disadvantage, plus he's had a big break between events.
Yes, I think the last one we did was the Rally of the Bay last year, so it's been a long time between drinks, for the want of a better word, and yeah, so we're a little bit nervous. Been a while since we've rallied. We had the test day the other day and that went okay. Done our recce yesterday, and yeah, it's tricky, so we'll get out there and just try and be steady and behave and respect the place and see. Number one thing I think here is to finish, and if we do that, we see where we're at.
His main rival is likely to be Clay Badenoch and Catriona Kelly in the Toyota Celica, who go into this event as the favourite.
Well, I don't know about that. There's some very determined Irishmen over there. But yeah, listen, we've been here before. Tom's probably at a disadvantage. He hasn't run the stages. I reckon I perform my best here, so I'd like to think I'm, got a good chance. And we've, as most people have seen, we've got a new engine in there. We're running a later version of the 3S engine we've always run, and it's a very different thing, a lot more low down power, and got to learn to drive it too, which on these slippery Canberra roads, well, certainly out in the Brindabellas, that might be a disadvantage. So who knows if I'm going to be faster or not, but we're going to have a lot of fun, and it's good to be here.
Badenoch was first onto the stages and set a good pace over the Cottage 5 Ways test. But in the Tidbin Billa stage, fouled plugs, a cracked coolant pipe and a failed sensor would drop them down the order, and they'd have to withdraw from the heat to try and rectify the issue. But it was Sean McAloon and Mulrian Hayes who set the early pace. After the first 2 stages, they'd established a 34-second lead in their Mark II Escort. But they had gearbox issues, losing second and then third gear, and they were forced to withdraw.
Right, pressed into 5 right, and hog long 4 right.
Dermedy's time away from the driver's seat seemed to have had no real disadvantage. He was 10 seconds quicker than Badenoch on stage 1, and then went on to set the quickest time in every stage for the rest of the heat. He gradually extended his lead of the East Coast Classic Series to finish Heat 1 with a 1 minute 45 second lead.
I'm very happy to be where we're at. I found the first 2 stages this morning, especially stage 2, very tricky. And I think it was quite a while since I was been in the seat, and yeah, the head wasn't in the right place for it, but after the last 3 stages over in the Cohen Forest, we really enjoying ourselves and going well and carrying some speed now, so hopefully we'll bring it home tonight and yeah, lock the doors and go home.
It was exciting to see a new car in the forest for the Classic Series. Tim, with his father Michael Valantine, were entered in a Nissan Silvia.
Yeah, been 2.5 years in the making, getting back on the road. She's 30 years old this year, so she's eligible now. Spent a lot of time with Dad navigating, so most of my learning being a driver has been by sitting next to him, so hopefully I'm not as wild as he is. I'm trying to keep it as straight as we can and just get to the end is all we really want to do.
Valentine Senior has been a regular on the New South Wales Championship circuit and won the Development Rally Series back in 2017 with daughter Erin. Now Tim's taking the driver's seat and was showing form at the NatCap Rally. Second quickest in the 3 Cohen stages would see them take second place in Heat 1. Trevor Stilling and Murray Hines in a Datsun Stanza were competing in the Australian Rally Championship component of the event, but also cross-entered in the Classic Series. Their consistent drive in Heat 1 would be rewarded with third outright. Badenoch and Kelly were back for Heat 2 with most of the engine issues sorted. they scored some good stage results, finishing the Wamboyne and Charcoal stages second outright. They'd be second in the heat and take away valuable points for the series.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I only realised that as we pulled into to go out of service, and I thought, oh, hang on, it's game on again because it's start again. So yeah, I haven't seen how we went against Tom in there, but yeah, hopefully good.
But in the fight for outright honours, it was all Dermedy and Maynihan. They won each of the afternoon stages to win the heat and win the East Coast Classic two-wheel drive rally.
Yeah, we're pretty happy actually. You know, it all came together there after lunch, and then the second run through, we really enjoyed those stages, and the car is working perfect, and at least we've got through without anything letting us down, and we finished the rally, and again, that's our plan, to try and finish every rally this year and get through, you know.
100, hog 4 left again.
Valantine in the Nissan Silvia drove a great event. He was third behind Badenoch for the heat, but was second outright for the overall Classic Rally event. Stilling and Hines in the stanza rounded out the Classic podium, taking third outright. PJ O'Keefe and Patrick O'Sullivan in a Ford Escort were fourth outright. And series regular Robert and Joanne Gorst in a Datsun 1600 were fifth outright. Over in the New South Wales Championship, Heat 2 was a repeat run over the 6.6 kilometre Wamboyne stage, 17.75 kilometre Charcoal stage, and 10.33 kilometre Bald Hill stage. A short 35 kilometre heat. It was the modern AP4 Toyota Yaris of Dalton and Moscatt who would take the first stage win in Wamboyne, and with just 5 seconds difference to the outright lead, Dalton was on a mission. Quinn and Winwood-Smith were second quickest, but only 1.8 seconds behind Dalton. This narrowed the margin in the fight for the outright victory to just 3.3 seconds. Quinn was just holding on to the outright lead. But in the next two stages, Quinn was on fire, winning both Charcoal and Bald Hill. But it was extremely tight. He won the heat by just 4.7 seconds and took the rally win by 9.8 seconds. It was a thrilling end to the rally.
Cheers. Give it to Ray. I don't need He's the man. He's done a superb job. We had a shocker then. Everyone had the sun, but we had the dust inside the car. So, yeah, hopefully we beat the Irish. But, yeah, no, good job, Ray. And it's to look where we had this car 12 months ago with a broken back over here. And then we only started working on it in February, so I didn't think we'd make it this far. Sorry, Justin, but we did it.
For Dalton and Moscatt, second in the heat and the rally was a great result in a car for which they'd had limited seat time.
We had a good day, obviously a slow start getting used to the car, but we progressed as comfortable as we felt and stepped it up, and you know, we even went back out this afternoon on the same set of tyres and just build up the confidence and control the car under different scenarios and situations. So we've had a really good day, and we can't be unhappy with our first day in the new car, so we're thrilled.
Dalton and Quinn had both extended a massive minute-and-a-half lead over the rest of the field, and it was Chris Higgs and Steve Fisher who'd repeat their 2020 finish to take the third spot on the podium.
Absolutely stoked with, you know, the field that we've got. You know, the two cars in front of me are a lot younger cars. This 20-year-old car on the podium, pretty stoked. We came into this stage, we sort of looked at the times and we didn't want to do anything silly in there. We just ran like we normally do and see what happens at the end of the day, and hopefully we've got third.
9 left, 100.
Tom Clarke and Ryan Preston in the Lancer EVO 9 were hoping for a better Heat 2 after a series of issues with the car in Heat 1.
Brake on brow, 50, so brake before the brow, 50, 2 right.
This event has not been kind to the White Wolf Racing team over the years, but things were on the improve. Clarke setting times more in line with what we're used to.
Oh, dear. 203.
A brief encounter with a deer on the charcoal stage could have spelled disaster, but it seems the deer's timing and retreat would prevent damage to both deer and car.
Down.
At the end of the final stage, whilst he'd made it through to score good New South Wales points, there was also the extra day of the ARC component to consider.
Look, it's been a rough day, and mate, it is what it is. We've tried to just get through this afternoon. I know we lost 2 minutes odd this morning in the first two stages, so we're just consolidating a bit until we can hopefully repair the car in this next 45-minute service, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. But if we can get a good car, the pace feels good now. We got back what we needed, but it was only one part of the puzzle. So if we can grab some points in New South Wales, that's always good. So like I said, we'll probably be back anyway. So it was a consolidation afternoon, that's for sure. Mal
Keogh and Jackie Sharkey finished the heat in 7th, won the East Coast Classic Rally Series 4-wheel drive category, and finished 5th outright. Jamie and Brad Luff in the Subaru WRX consolidated their 9th in Heat 1 with 5th in Heat 2, handing them 6th outright in only their second state event. A great result.
Big tug, brow into right 5, links right 6.
Taylor Gill and Ben Atkinson in the Subaru WRX were another team to improve on their Heat 1 results. They moved up a place to finish the rally in 7th outright and 6th in the heat.
Right 10, keep right.
Gill and Atkinson are another team who are also doing the Australian Championship this year, in addition to state. Gill's outright ARC position was impressively in the top 10. Gill was understandably happy with his position.
Yeah, 100% can't complain really. I mean, it's Canberra, so of course it's been challenging, but really I'm quite happy with our drive, and I'm satisfied that we've done a pretty good job. I've had sort of good confidence in the car and in Ben and in my own driving over the whole day, so yeah, as I say, really can't complain.
Left 5, clip room. Left 5, clip room. Straight 150.
8th outright would go to the Kosciuszko Automotive Rally team of Andrew Penny and Rhys Llewellyn. They'd been hoping for a better result, but a series of issues had plagued the team throughout the day, and they were just happy to be at the end of the final stage with some points on the board.
We've had a pretty entertaining day. That last stage was horrendous in the sun, but yeah, we're used to racing in dust, so what's the matter? No, it was fantastic. Look, the roads were exciting. They've done a great job. We had a strain gauge problem all day, so it just kept cutting out. But thanks to Neil Bates' tuner, he sorted it out for us, and good to go. And we just couldn't get the rhythm back. But anyhow, it's all good.
Right 4.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard for Heat 2 and the outright rally results. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the 2021 Netia National Capital Rally, Round 1 of the New South Wales Rally Championship and Round 1 of the East Coast Classic Rally Series. The next round will be the Bega Valley Rally on the June long weekend, where teams will battle it out over a 2-day event. But in the meantime, we'll leave you with some of the action from further down the field, here in the Brindabella and Cohen Forests of Canberra.